Good morning.
Good morning.
It is profoundly humbling to stand before you today. Being from Hollywood, Florida, it is an honor to be surrounded by the families, friends, and fellow service members who represent the heart of their communities here in Tamarac and neighboring cities throughout South Florida. My name is Major Maryanna Sheck, and I've been in the Marine Corps for 22 years. And like many of you, this is home. It's where I grew up, where I enlisted from, but most importantly, where I've built lasting relationships and learned the values that would ultimately lead me to serve. Currently, I'm stationed at U.S. Southern Command in Doral, Florida, where I conduct logistics planning and coordination with our partners in Latin America and the Caribbean. Being close to home is a blessing, but also makes the day more poignant. It serves as a stark reminder of the distance, not in miles, but in sacrifice, between those of us who return and those of us who do not. On Memorial Day, we set aside time to remember and honor the men and women who died while serving our country, those who gave everything to defend the freedoms we enjoy. Today, we remember the sons, daughters, husbands, wives, mothers, and fathers, locally and from across the nation who answered the call to serve. We remember those lost in distant lands, on battlefields, and in conflicts that maybe feel far removed from our daily lives. From our birth as a nation during the Revolutionary War to Kabul, Afghanistan during Operation Allied Refuge, let us never forget those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, and that their sacrifices are intimately linked to the peace and security we enjoy. This day is not just about remembering names on a monument, though those names deserve our eternal respect. It is about remembering lives. It is about remembering laughter, the love, and the hopes. It's about moments, memories, and the impact they made on our lives. And while their absence leaves space in our hearts, we remember and are grateful for the lives they lived, the joy they brought, and the laughter we shared. It all leaves a legacy of courage, service, and devotion beyond the physical. I'd like to take a few moments to remember them, to think about their lives, and to say thank you for everything they have. Traditionally, thoughts of Memorial Day conjure image of those lost in battles overseas and in direct conflict. And that's not wrong. But as the landscape of war and conflict changes, and as gray zone tactics require us to be ever ready, and the continuum of conflict creates variations in our previous ideas of peace and war, loss and sacrifice in the military begins to look different. And it's not always just what happens on the battlefield. We have lost fellow service members, friends, those we would consider family, and actual family to war. But we have also seen loss at home as well. It's occurred in training where individuals push themselves to the limit in preparation for the fight to come. Sometimes, even in the execution of daily duties, unfortunately, due to the inherently dangerous nature of their jobs. We have received solemn notifications about circumstances and accidents as members were on leave and liberty. And we have watched those bodies who were once so strong be overtaken by illness. Additionally, we have also experienced losses that aren't as obvious. Struggles with physical and mental injuries, the long-term effects of being in extended stress exposure. There are some who we have lost because they could not bear to fight any longer, and some whom still fight, but mourn the life of the person they used to be. I would like to take another moment to remember them and all that have experienced loss in all the ways that they have in service of our country. In thinking about all this loss, it makes you wonder why. Why do people choose to serve in the first place? What makes them decide to put their lives on the line? I think it really comes down to this. We are protecting what we love. We are defending our families and our communities. G.K. Chesterton, an English writer and philosopher, once said, "A true soldier fights, not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him. Before these individuals come to the service and created new communities with the service members to their left and right, that love started here, in communities like this, with people just like you and I. Now we, the ones who are still here, have a job to do. We need to honor their sacrifice by living lives that are worthy of it. We need to continue building the kind of communities that they came from and fight for. We need to demonstrate devotion to the next generation and teach them what it means to serve, to be brave, and to care for one another. And we need to fully cherish the freedoms their service gave us and the days that they can no longer enjoy. Let us all commit to living our lives to the fullest we can, relishing each breath, building for the future, and growing with each other. So today, although there will be sadness, let us use it to remember the joy. Let's celebrate the lives of those who are gone. Let's remember the good times they shared, let's remember the good times, the hard times we shared, and be grateful for the opportunity to have known them. Let's thank them for their service and their dedication, and let's look forward to building a future that honors their memory. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak on behalf of them today. And if you would, let us please give a round of applause to them to celebrate the lives lived and their legacy. Thank you.